afternoon, and a special welcome to the entire community, both those that are here with us in person and virtually, and a special warm welcome, especially for our graduates. My name is Trisha Medeiros, and as president of Ursuline Academy, I have the absolute privilege of, at long last, declaring the official start of the 126th commencement of Ursuline Academy. Please remain standing for the invocation, national anthem, and Ursuline Academy alma mater. Sister Betty McAdams will now deliver the invocation.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. O God, our loving Creator, we gather today with hearts filled with pride, gratitude, and joy. During these high school years, we thank you, O God, for having gifted us with these young women who are standing on the threshold of new beginnings and their continuing journey of life and faith. In their name, I offer thanks and ask your blessing on all who have nurtured, guided, and loved these graduates during their days at Ursuline Academy. May all that they have learned and experienced in their Ursuline years be rooted in their hearts and minds to enable them to be faith-filled disciples, good citizens, deep thinkers, and fearless pioneers. May the words of St. Angela guide you as you make your way and leave us today. She says, do something, get moving, risk new things, stick with it, get on your knees and pray, then be ready for big surprises. On this graduation day, may God's blessing be upon you. May his love light your way. May his hope always spring from your heart, and may you live, love, and give your best to the glory of God all the days of your life. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Today, our national anthem and alma mater will be led by Whitney Eden Greenwich Cassidy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. A special thank you to Whitney and the members of the Ursuline Academy graduating classes from 1979 to 2022 for assisting us in singing our alma mater. Also, a special thank you to L. Jerry's grandmother, Nancy, for making the special mass for all of the graduates and the faculty today. My name is Jeffrey Danilak, principal of Ursuline Academy's upper school, and this event has been a long time coming for our graduates. A great deal of planning and restructuring has taken place in order to make this day possible. We appreciate your understanding, flexibility, and support as we moved forward. We've had to endure face masks, hand washing, hand sanitizing, stay-at-home mandates, and social distancing. We truly appreciate your participation with these guidelines. However, as a side note from our HR office, those of you wearing a mask and glasses during the commencement exercises, you may be entitled to some condensation. Thank you. In all seriousness, this is a proud day for the entire Ursuline community. In just a few short moments, this afternoon will end, and a new chapter will begin in the lives of each and every one of these graduates. We are so very glad to welcome all of you here today to celebrate together the achievements of a very special class, the class of 2020. At this time, it is my pleasure to ask Dr. Tricia Medeiros, President of Ursuline Academy, to present the Class 2020 Salutatorian Medal to Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy. Come right on stage and you can read your speech.
On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to thank the Ursuline Board of Trustees, Bishop Maluli, President Dr. Medeiros, Principal Mr. Jeffrey Danilak, faculty, staff, and all members of the Ursuline community for joining our graduation ceremony today. Your support throughout our time here at Ursuline has been instrumental in shaping us into the people who stand before you today. In the last 4 or so months, we have had to get creative in how we celebrate the end of our 4 years at Ursuline. Some of these days stuck at home, away from my family at school, have been difficult. But one thing that has gotten me through this tough time is the collection of memories that we have made at Ursuline. Although this year took a turn that was out of our control, the knowledge that I have countless memories from my 4 years never failed to brighten my day. Today, I would like to focus on 4 of these memories. The feeling around being a freshman in your first couple of weeks at Ursuline is truly unique. There is not another feeling quite like this one. Something about the specific people, traditions, and environment at our school makes just starting out in your high school career all the more exciting. And so, the first memory that I would like to recall is our daily mat ball games in Miss McMahon's gym class. Always something to look forward to, mat ball put that excitement into our days as freshmen. At the time, it may have seemed like a game we played over and over again, but now it is clear to me that those intense matches represented the energy that Ursuline brings out in students. We were made to understand that as we grew older, it would be our responsibility to carry on this energy. We saw the potential for even more excitement in 3 more years at Ursuline, and we couldn't wait to get started. As sophomores, you typically settle in a bit more. You feel more comfortable. You are more familiar with the school, and the school is much more familiar with you. I was no different as a sophomore, and my second memory is my favorite spot in the rightmost chair of the long wooden table in the old library. Before the SLC was a thing, this was where I resided. From this seat, I had a view of the entire library, and I got to see many common events take place on any given day at Ursuline. Between walkthrough tours, students scrambling to turn in work, dance parties, ice bucket challenges, cries of worry, and subsequent cries of triumph, there are so many that I can mention. But from that seat, I saw the endless string of opportunities that Ursuline had to offer us. I saw how Ursuline was equipped to challenge us, not only as students, but as artists, as athletes, as leaders, as people. In my sophomore year, I was moved to take advantage of all of these opportunities that I would have because of Ursuline. And I was encouraged to move quickly before my time in high school flew by, and I found myself giving a salutatorian speech in front of everyone. It's funny how things work out. The third memory that I would like to highlight has to do with Servium. Although the class of 2020 was introduced to Servium during open houses and shadow days long before we enrolled here, it really began to mean something to me during my junior year. Servium encompasses much more than service hours. Those hours are important, no doubt, but sometimes there are tangible ways to give back. Servium is the excitement, the energy, the spirit you feed back into your community after our school has given us so much. I would be remiss if I graduated and didn't reflect on my time performing on Ursuline stage. I found a new home on the stage as I participated in our musical Once on This Island and in TEDx Youth at Ursuline Academy, both in our auditorium. In addition to the personal joy I got from these events, I was honored to perform here because it gave me a chance to give back to Ursuline in ways that couldn't be tracked on a spreadsheet. Transforming myself into a blue-haired water god from a fictional island and sharing my idea worth spreading on a TEDx stage changed the way that I understood Servium. Performing for Ursuline may not have amounted to tangible service hours, but it was special nonetheless, as it introduced me to the power in investing yourself in a strong and meaningful community. As seniors, we knew the drill. We knew this school front and back, and we were ready to lead our younger students in our last year of high school. We found a place of belonging, a home away from home where we grew, we cried, we laughed, we enjoyed our time. My final memory is all the hours I spent sitting in a counseling center. My favorite spot since my dear old library chair was retired, may she rest in peace. A day was incomplete without a nice visit to Ms. B's office, a quick hello to Ms. McAleenan, and a pop into Ms. Prada's office just to see what she was up to. This became my routine that developed a sense of belonging inside our school walls. My place of residence was the counseling center, but this looks different for every other member of the class of 2020. Whether it was the senior lounge, the atrium, a certain classroom, or anywhere all your friends were, Ursuline gave us ample time to be welcomed by a community with nothing but open arms, to belong. I say all of this to point out that even though this is not the ending to our story that we may have imagined, we did it. We have 4 amazing years that we will always be able to look back on, all because we chose to come to this small Catholic high school in Wilmington, Delaware. Small as it may be, the impact that Ursuline has on all of our lives is so significant that it really is difficult to put into words. Even so, I will do my best as I close. I want to leave you with my senior quote that I may or may not have stolen from the one and only Miss Waldron. There is beauty in a moment, because a moment is a snapshot of the exact reason why you were here. In the last 4 months, our moments may have seemed hopeless, chaotic, out of the ordinary. I believe, however, that these moments just go to show that the class of 2020 is here to overcome the challenges we face in our world with far more success than anyone could have ever imagined. Ladies, our world has a lot of room to grow. So, recognize the potential that you have. Take advantage of each opportunity. Give back and serve once you have seized these opportunities, and find your places of belonging. Use your memories to fuel all you want to accomplish in this world, and let's get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Whitney. Each year at commencement exercises, Ursuline Academy recognizes students' exceptional academic performances by the graduating class. First, the National Honor Society. The administration would like to commend this year's senior members of the National Honor Society. Each senior member has earned a required 3.5 cumulative grade point average and has completed 50 hours of annual community service. At this time, we ask the class of 2020's National Honor Society members to please stand and be recognized for their academic and service achievements. The National Arts Honor Society. Ursuline's Lumen chapter of the National Art Honor Society has been active since 1972. Members serve the community through the arts and help to foster a better understanding and appreciation of the arts and how art strengthens and enriches our world. At this time, we ask the class of 2020's National Art Honor Society members to please stand and be recognized for their achievements. Please be seated. Capstone diploma candidates have successfully completed 2 years of intense study and academic research in junior AP seminar and senior AP research. Requirements for diploma candidacy include successful team and individual research projects, as well as a year-long self-designed research study, paper, and defense. Students are asked to please stand and be recognized when your name is called. Please hold your applause until all of the recipients have been announced. Catherine Joy Carrick, Molly Elizabeth Clark, Corinne Elizabeth Fury, Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy, Carolyn Marie Randolph, Ellen Mimi Schlecht. Congratulations. The St. Francis de Sales Award is presenting to outstanding Catholic school seniors who are recognized for excellence in faith development, scholarship, service, leadership, and citizenship. The Most Reverend Bishop Mullally presented our winners with medals at a ceremony on May 15th. Students are asked to stand and be recognized when your name is called. Please hold your applause until all of the recipients have been announced. Mia Angela Albee, Margaret Elizabeth Boyd, Anna Catherine Brucci, Catherine Joy Carrick, Isabella Grace Sarasoli, Molly Elizabeth Clark, Corinne Elizabeth Fury, Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy, Ellen Mimi Schlecht, Lijin Zhang. The following awards are in recognition of students' exceptional performance in each discipline at Ursuline Academy. Each department presents certificates to members of the senior class who have demonstrated excellence over their 4 years at Ursuline. They have earned the second highest GPA in their discipline over the last 4 years. Students receiving departmental certificates were recognized at the Senior Awards ceremony. Students are asked to stand and be recognized when your name is called. The departmental certificate for math and science was presented to Riley Catherine Kendall. The departmental certificate in social studies was presented to Corinne Elizabeth Fury. The departmental certificate in English was presented to Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy. The departmental certificate in Spanish was presented to Cassidy Brooke Markle. The department certificate in Mandarin was presented to Erin McTeague Rosser. The departmental certificate in theology was presented to Lijin Zhang. The departmental certificate in performing arts was presented to Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy. The departmental certificate in visual arts was presented to Katie Ann Jones. Congratulations. The departments also award a single medal. This medal is presented to a single student who has demonstrated the highest achievement in each discipline over the last 4 years. Students receiving departmental medals were recognized at the Senior Awards ceremony. Students are asked to please stand and be recognized when your name is called. The medals for math, science, and social studies were presented to Lijin Zhang. A medal for English was presented to Corinne Elizabeth Fury. A medal for theology was presented to Emma Catherine Popham. A medal for Spanish was presented to Riley Elizabeth Shahan. A medal for Mandarin was presented to Sydney Nicole Davis. A medal for performing arts was presented to Catherine Joy Carrig. A medal for performing arts is Ellen Mimi Schlecht. And a medal for the visual arts was presented to Grace Jenna Crawley. I'm sorry, there is a medal for a medal for Catherine Joy Carrick as well for the performing arts. I am sorry for that. Please stand. Please stand. Congratulations. A number of our graduates have attended Ursuline from the very early years. As they graduate today from our upper school, we would like to recognize those who have been with us since kindergarten and Montessori. Gifts will be presented by Dr. Tricia Medeiros, President of Ursuline Academy. Students, please come to the stage when your name is called to receive your gifts. For being with us since kindergarten, Corinne Elizabeth Fury. Olivia Grace Kavanaugh. Alexander Marie McSorley. Molly Janet Matlusky. Kylie Cecilia Knockett. The following student has been with us since pre-kindergarten at 4 years old, Erin McTeague Rosser. The final student has been with us the longest, Mia Angela Obi. Montessori, third grade. Congratulations. Each year at commencement exercises, Ursuline Academy takes time to recognize students who have distinguished themselves in unique ways. We call these our service award winners. To be selected as the winner is the highest distinction given to a graduate of Ursuline Academy. We thank these young women for their dedication and service. Dr. Medeiros will present the awards to the recipients. Students, please come to the stage when your name is called to receive your award. For exemplifying the spirit of the Ursuline motto, I will serve, the Servium Award is presented to Catherine Joy Carrig and Lijin Zhang. For exemplifying the Ursuline sense of responsibility, spirit, fair play, and dedication to the school and to fellow students, the Laura Lang Capodanno Award is presented to Carolyn Emily Knight. For outstanding service and dedication to Ursuline Academy, the Sister Catherine Morris Award is presented to Carolyn Marie Randolph. For outstanding involvement and participation in outreach programs in church, parish, and community, the Sister Bernice McGurry Award is presented to Anna Catherine Brucci. For outstanding qualities shown through service to our country, community, and fellow Americans, the Nelia Hunter Biden Award is presented to Molly Elizabeth Clark. The Ursuline Academy President's Award for excellence in service to the school and community and in commitment to the Ursuline Academy's core value is presented to Mia Angela Obi. For outstanding qualities representing the standards and ideals of Ursuline Academy, including scholarship, extracurricular projects, leadership, and those qualities of character that make for the well-being of the whole community, the Agnes Horty May Alumni Award is presented to Ellen Mimi Schlecht. For outstanding service and loyalty to the school and to the student body, made especially by those qualities of Christian womanhood most expected of an Ursuline graduate. Our highest award, the Cross of Merit Award, is presented to Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy. The graduates before us today have accomplished and learned a great deal over the past 4 years. However, there was a great deal that we can learn from these outstanding graduates. While they know the value of hard work, they also understand the concept of giving back with over 5,000 hours of community service. They are students of the performing and visual arts, garnering top prizes. They are innovative, winning top prizes at the Diamond State Challenge. Members of the class of 2020 have signed letters of intent to play athletics in college. They have been offered merit-based scholarship in academics, athletics, leadership, or service. 100% will attend an institution of higher education next year. They are students of economics who have amassed $4.9 million in scholarships. They will now attend 25 different colleges in 10 different states and one in another country. Many of them will be familiar birds to us: owls, hawks, cardinals, blue jays, gamecocks, blue hens, seagulls, and a goose. Some will be wild animals: tigers, bobcats, bears, and lions. Others will be water-loving creatures: dolphins and water moccasins. Some will be courageous and strong individuals: pilgrims, marauders, explorers, diplomats, and mountaineers. Some will be dogs, greyhounds. Still others will be mythical beings, which is really not a stretch for the people who know these students the best: Phoenix and the Red Devil. To the class of 2020, regardless of where you go and who you become, you can call upon this family, you can call upon this day, because you are always welcome on the grounds of Ursuline Academy. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite Maxine String to the podium. Maxine was selected as the 2020 Athletic Recognition Night speaker. We have carved out some time in today's ceremony so that Maxine can address her peers.
Welcome families, friends, faculty, and graduates. My name is Maxine String, and I'm so honored to have been chosen by my fellow classmates to speak to all of you today about what being an Ursuline athlete has meant to me. I want to thank the administration for providing me with this platform to speak to all of you about something that has been so near and dear to my heart for the past 4 years. I have dreamt of giving this speech ever since my freshman year, when I heard Lindsey Brown describe what being an Ursuline athlete meant to her. In that moment, I thought to myself, I want that to be me. Of course, in my dream, we were at the sports banquet, but I'm so glad to be able to deliver it here because I think the values instilled in us as athletes are core to our school, our sisterhood, and our faith. Now, before I begin, I want to start off by giving some well-deserved thanks. First, to our amazing athletic director, Mrs. Heiss, and assistant athletic director, Miss McMahon. The hard work you both put into this athletic program is unmatched. Through your dedication to Ursuline sports, you not only have shown you love this program, but you love us. There are no better athletic directors in the state than you two, and I stand by that. Next, to the coaches. There is a poem that is given to the lacrosse seniors at the end of every season by our amazing coach, Feffy Barnhill. This poem I found to be absolutely beautiful, but more importantly, outstandingly true in so many ways. I thought there was no better way to thank all of Ursuline's amazing coaches than to share a line from this poem that signifies what Ursuline coaches truly embody. To quote from that poem, "The second task, the major task, is to make adults out of children. It's to teach an attitude of mind. It's to implant character and not simply to impart skills. For a coach, the final score doesn't read, so many points for my team, so many points for theirs. Instead it reads, so many adults out of so many children." Through our 4 years, our coaches have taught us to be humble in victory and proud in defeat. They pushed us to our limits, and even when at the time we didn't understand why, it now has come full circle. We are going into the world not as children, but as better adults, thanks to our coaches. And of course, to our parents. There are not enough words in the English dictionary to even begin to thank you for your sacrifices and dedication so that we could be able to grow as Ursuline athletes, but more importantly, Ursuline women. Thank you for the countless hours that you spent in the car driving to competitions and practices. Thank you for managing your schedules around us so that we are always where we need to be. Thank you for washing our loads of sweaty laundry and making sure that we have everything we need. Thank you for loving us, whether we have won or lost. Thank you for being brave in the face of injuries and setbacks. Thank you for showing up to our games, even when sometimes you were too nervous to watch. Thank you for encouraging us to keep pushing forward when we needed that extra push. But the most important of all, thank you for believing in us and your constant, unconditional love and support. At the end of this ceremony, I want all the graduates to go up to your parents first out of everyone and thank them. Give them a big hug and thank them for it all, because they have done it all for us. I want to actually take my time here right now to thank mine. To my beautiful mother, thank you for being my rock and the best role model a girl could ever ask for. You are one of the strongest women I've ever met, and I'm thankful for all the values you have taught me. To my father, thank you for teaching me at an early age what hard work truly is, because you are the hardest working man I know. You taught me to be fearless in every aspect of life and to never forget that I will always be your little girl. Now, what does being an Ursuline athlete mean to me? I'm not going to lie, these words were on my paper for weeks, as I knew that when I put the last period on this page, it would not just symbolize the end of my time here as an Ursuline student, but the end of my time here as an Ursuline athlete. My love for Ursuline sports began when I was in 7th grade, after I attended my very first Ursuline basketball game with my father. I remember it like it was just yesterday. It was January 22nd, 2015, on a snowy Thursday night as the Ursuline Raiders took on Caravel Academy. I was a nervous 7th grader who had no idea what I was walking into. I was in awe at the packed gym, the intense cheering section, and the decorated walls filled with state championship banners and record-setting names. I was able to see for myself just how big of a culture Ursuline sports was for this school. 5 years ago, I walked into that gym, not realizing that my life would once change once I myself put on an Ursuline uniform. I was about to become a part of something that was bigger than myself. The act of putting on an Ursuline uniform is something truly special. It is a privilege and an honor that should never be taken for granted. With privilege and honor comes intense hard work and dedication that is unmatched on the field. The Ursuline, or UA across our chest, brings a responsibility that as freshmen, we were just starting to figure out. But as seniors, we fully understood. We are taught to run faster, swim harder, and hit quicker than anyone in the state. The countless hours spent practicing and the endless preparation for the season ahead made us that much hungrier. Having a legacy to protect made playing for it that much better. We are told that when we put on an Ursuline uniform, people want to diminish our legacy. We train and practice every day to honor the name across our chest when we step onto the field, court, track, and into the pool. Our opponents want to come into our gym and step onto our field and challenge what we work so hard to protect. And the truth is, they can try all they want, but win or lose, they can't take away what that uniform symbolizes. With every loss we have suffered has come an even greater victory. For example, during the 2017 volleyball season, Padua had beaten us twice during the regular season. And after a hard-fought battle in the postseason, we were to see our rival once more in the state championship game. The Bob Carpenter Center was packed, and after a miraculous 5-set match, senior Taylor Wright's kill down the middle had our student section erupting in cheers as we celebrated by screaming our alma mater at the top of our lungs and celebrating the state championship victory that meant the most. It was truly a sight to see. Or during the 2017-18 basketball season, where Caravel ended our 9-year, 57-game in-state winning streak. It was also the season where we had suffered a 21-point loss to Sanford during our last regular season game. We went into the playoffs as underdogs, expected to make it no farther than the second round. But as Ursuline girls are taught to do, we rose above the challenge. We ended up meeting Sanford again in the quarterfinals and winning a thriller by 3 points. It wasn't a state championship win, but by watching our celebration, you wouldn't have known that. We celebrated the grit we fought with in that uniform. It is moments like those that stay with us forever. My Ursuline lacrosse uniform sat on the top shelf of my closet for roughly 2 months. During that time, I was unable to open my closet. I refused. The pain of looking at my uniform, my senior season uniform, was too much for me to bear. It was hard to understand why the last season for us seniors, who worked so hard and waited our entire 4 years for, was suddenly swept from underneath us. As I thought about this day and night, it made me fully understand just how much being an Ursuline athlete has meant to me, and what this pandemic was unable to take away from us. It couldn't take away the small but mighty student sections for every volleyball and basketball game. It couldn't take away the endless alma mater chants after defeating our neighborhood rivals. It couldn't take away Cassidy Markle setting an Ursuline record for assists in volleyball. It could not take away the state championships won by basketball, volleyball, cross country, and swimming. It could not take away the blood, sweat, and tears that we have shed in order to represent our school to the best of our ability. But more importantly, it will never be able to take away the pride and honor we felt while wearing our Ursuline uniforms. No one will ever be able to take that away from us. To the fall and winter athletes who were fortunate enough to fulfill their senior seasons, cherish that. Cherish every game that you played and the rush that you felt. Cherish the team dinners and post-game celebrations with your teams. And cherish your senior night and that your school was there to rally behind you. You experienced something some of us in this room couldn't. Something that some of us wish we did. I want you to take those memories and never let them go, because they are the ones that will stick with you forever. To my fellow spring sport athletes, we have gone through it. There were many tears shed and many team Zooms that tried to heal the pain, but just made missing the sport that much greater. We lost something that we can never get back, and that is the worst pain of all. We gave all we could these past 3 seasons, and everyone knows our 4th one would have been something special. But through that pain and loss, we have learned more than anyone to cherish the present moments, for you never know when they will become memories of the past. By being a part of something bigger than myself, it has given me the opportunity to create lifelong relationships and carry with me memories that I will cherish forever. Ursuline is something that is bigger than all of us, and through these 4 years, we have grown incredibly as athletes, in the classroom, on the stage, and as sisters, but more importantly, as incredible women. To my sisters, it is a bittersweet end, one that will make you shed a tear, but more importantly, one that will forever make you cherish the sisterhood that we have established. It is truly like no other. I ask that when we leave today, we remember that word sisterhood. Think about what it meant to you your freshman year when first hearing it, and then think to now. Think about how, as you have grown, so has that word. We have built a special bond throughout our 4 years together, and as it is now coming to a heartbreaking close, I noticed that over the past couple months, we continued to build that bond. I love you all. I credit you for the person that is standing before you today. I would not be standing here if it were not for all of you. You have changed my life for the better, and I couldn't be more thankful to have 38 incredible women by my side today that I am blessed to call my sisters. It is hard for me to put into words just how much you all mean to me, but I will leave you with this. We have been told to always keep our heads held high, even when in times of devastating defeats. But in these past couple months, our heads were down. We were lost. There were no answers as to why this all happened, but in the end, through all the trials and tribulations, we won. We are here all together with our beautiful families and classmates on our beautiful campus that we will say goodbye to today. And we are here because we would not have settled for anything less. There was not going to be a virtual celebration. There was going to be an in-person graduation where we all could come together one last time and celebrate what we have accomplished. We are the famous class of 2020, the ones that will be remembered for the things that we lost, but we won't let that define us. We are the Ursuline class of 2020 that will be remembered for our undying strength and perseverance, which is what got us here today. We have never faced an opponent like the one they call coronavirus, but in all of our battles throughout our 4 years, on and off the field, we have been prepared to fight. We overcame obstacles that many thought were too much for us girls to handle. We retaliated with better comebacks in the student section when the co-ed schools thought they could hurt our feelings by saying they had boys. But when we could have given up, we did what Ursuline girls are taught to do. We rose above the challenge. We are here because of what that uniform means to us. We live our gratitude and fight for what is important. Out of all of our victories here at Ursuline, this has been the greatest one. I pray that you all go on to do amazing things in your future endeavors, and you always remember that Ursuline will be your forever home. Thank you.
Thank you, Maxine. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Ursuline's Chair of the Board of Trustees and Ursuline past parent class of 2012, Maritza Poza Grice, to confer diplomas.
Maxine, that's a tough act to follow. I'm glad my voice is now stilled, had me in tears. Good afternoon, family and friends, faculty and staff, and graduates. I feel profoundly privileged to be here with you today, representing the Board of Trustees, who in more normal years would also be sitting here with us. My official role today is to confer your degrees, and I must take a necessary, if I promise, brief deviation. St. Angela expressed it perfectly. If, according to times and circumstances, the need arises to make new rules, do something differently, do it prudently and with good advice. Act, move, believe, strive, hope, cry out to God with all your heart, for without doubt, you will see marvelous things if you direct everything to the praise and glory of God and the good of others. I am absolutely certain that St. Angela Merici is smiling down on each and every one of you, graduates, faculty and staff, and parents. How tangibly, how beautifully you have breathed life into her words. Parents, thank you for sharing with Ursuline Academy the privilege of co-teaching and forming your daughters into the amazing young women they have become. Even as your daughters are Ursuline girls for life, please remember that you always will be Ursuline families. Faculty and staff, for the love and dedication you bring to your roles, thank you. Never was this more evident than during this time. When the world turned upside down, you cared for our students and our community. well beyond the academic excellence, which is the hallmark of an Ursuline education. You cared for their social and emotional needs with fantastic energy and creativity. You have played a huge role in molding these young women into curious thinkers, resilient pioneers, inclusive citizens, and caring disciples. Our portrait of an Ursuline graduate. And graduates, we are here today to acknowledge and celebrate the remarkable young women you have become. We honor the inspiration that you have been in this extraordinary, unimaginable time. Your resilience, your leadership, your care for each other and for the community. You are indeed living portraits of Ursuline graduates. On the recommendation of our faculty, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Ursuline Academy, and with great admiration, I am thrilled to confer degrees on you who have fulfilled Ursuline's graduation requirements. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations and sincere wishes for much success in your future.
Thank you, Maritza. At this time, I would like to invite Maureen McAleenan, Dean of Student Affairs and member of the class of 1999, to help present diplomas to the graduating class.
We will now present the diplomas to the class of 2020. Please hold your applause until the last graduate receives her diploma. Kyla Aree Arnold. Kyla volunteered at Thomas Edison Charter School during summer camp as a counselor. She volunteered over the past 4 years at a nonprofit that helps underprivileged minorities attend private high schools. She also served 4 years as an Ursuline student ambassador. Kyla will attend Susquehanna University. Mia Angela Obi. We would like to invite Melanie Obi, faculty member of Ursuline Academy, to present Mia's diploma. Mia has volunteered with the extended day program in the lower school and was an altar server at both her parish, Holy Family Church, and at Ursuline, where she also taught younger students to be servers. Finally, she volunteered with a local nonprofit, Move to Include, fundraising for the purchase and donation of an adaptive running chair that represents Ursuline in the community today. Mia will be attending the University of Delaware and Thomas Jefferson University. Margaret Elizabeth Boyd. Maggie has served in support of Ursuline's Global Education Network, volunteering at a missionary in Peru and an orphanage in China. She has also hosted exchange students from Germany, France, and Texas. She coached Ursuline's youth field hockey summer camp and donated food monthly to the Manual Dining Hall. Maggie serves her community through her nonprofit, Recycled Roses, and as a lector and Eucharistic minister for her parish. Maggie will attend Clemson University. Taylin Cherie Brooks. Taylin has volunteered her time with Ursuline's lower school basketball teams and Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club. Along with helping out with Special Olympics basketball clinics at UA, she has dedicated her time to Student Council and Spirit Club. Taylin will be attending the University of Delaware. Anna Catherine Brucci. Anna has volunteered with the Missionary Sisters of Charity, helping at their summer camp for the past 5 years, and with Camp Guadalupe the past 6 summers. She's been involved with Mission Youth for 6 years, ministering to the homeless and less fortunate in Philadelphia. She volunteered her time on Student Council as well, and will be attending the Catholic University of America. Miley Akemi Carberry. Miley has volunteered with Safety Town Summer Camp and assisted with the ARC Party for several years. She was co-founder of Change the Cycle her sophomore year, and while at Ursuline, Miley was part of Tutu Club, Asian Culture Club, was a student ambassador, class representative, and co-president of National Art Honor Society. Miley will be attending West Virginia University. Catherine Joy Carrig. Katie devoted her time in high school to establishing her program, Repurposed Produce. She arranged for leftover food to be taken to local homeless shelters in the Wilmington community. She also volunteered advocating for citizens of New Jersey as a constituent advocate intern for the office of Cory Booker. Katie will be attending Trinity College in Dublin. Maureen Barbara Carroll. Maureen volunteered her time at the Wetlands Institute for Rehabilitation of Terrapin and other sea wildlife. She built shelters for the turtles' nests and cared for the newly hatched animals. She also served the Ursuline community by participating in Miss Kane Smith Professional Recycler Initiative, and Maureen will be attending a Columbia College, Chicago. Grace Jenna Cawley. Grace devoted her high school career volunteering at Ingleside Assisted Living, doing arts and crafts and playing games to brighten the residents' days. She was co-founder of the Hugs in a Bag project, supporting foster care children. Grace also volunteered through the National Art Honor Society, National Honor Society, and Entrepreneur Club. Grace will be attending the University of Delaware. Isabella Grace Sarasoli. Bella has volunteered with senior residents at the West End Senior Living Center as an activities director. At the St. Patrick's Center in Wilmington, she aided in organizing and distributing food in the food closets. She's dedicated her time to the school and her Ursuline sisters through student council. Bella will be attending University of Delaware. Molly Elizabeth Clark. Molly volunteered her time civically with various political campaigns. She also volunteered with St. Helena's Religious Education Program, and Molly also co-founded the organization Change the Cycle. Molly will be attending Temple University. Lauren Frances Cool. Lauren has volunteered at her parish in Rehoboth Beach for the last 5 summers. During this time, she served dinner to foreign students who came to Rehoboth to work for the summers. She also volunteered at the parish thrift shop and has dedicated most of her time to the club Raiders Give Life, educating students on the importance of organ donorship. Lauren will be attending St. Joseph's University. Sydney Nicole Davis. Sydney has spent her summers volunteering at the St. Mary Magdalene Vacation Bible School as a counselor. She's also spent her time volunteering at the Wilmington Friends Volleyball Camp, teaching young girls about the sport. Sydney will be attending the University of Delaware. Corinne Elizabeth Fury. Corinne has dedicated her time volunteering at St. Patrick's Center, mentoring at Warner Elementary, and tutoring in Ursuline's lower school. Corinne volunteered through the National Honor Society and represented Ursuline at the DIAA Student Leadership Conference. Corinne will be attending Harvard University. Mia Nicole Gifford. Mia dedicated her time as a volunteer coach with the Wilmington Wings, Green Turtle Lacrosse Club, Ursuline's Red and White Lacrosse Camp, and taught underprivileged girls the fundamentals of lacrosse at various organizations. Additionally, Mia raised money for the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Mia volunteers through the National Honor Society. She will be attending Millersville University. Whitney Eden Greenidge Cassidy. Whitney spent her time volunteering as a mentor for the National Police Athletic League. She also dedicated time to serving as a chess coach for her middle school, Kumba Academy. and spent her 4 years at Ursuline helping the admissions office as a student ambassador. Whitney will be attending Swarthmore College. Allison Jean Jablonski. Allison was an active volunteer at Ingleside Assisted Living, where she grew close with many of the staff and residents. She also volunteered at many Ursuline events whenever help was needed with a smile. Allison will be attending the University of Delaware. L. Morgan Jerry. Elle has devoted her time to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, raising thousands of dollars for cancer. In her summers, she volunteers as a junior lifeguard leader for the Wildwood Beach Patrol. Elle will be attending the University of Delaware. Katie Ann Jones. Katie is an active volunteer at AI DuPont Hospital for Children in various departments. She also spent her summers as a volunteer coach at Lane Swim Club. Katie volunteered at numerous events at Ursuline, such as the ARC Party and National Arts Honor Society functions. She served as co-president of the Raider Outreach Club for 3 years. Katie will be attending LaSalle University. Olivia Grace Kavanaugh. Olivia spent her time volunteering at St. Mary of the Assumption's Vacation Bible School during her summers, as well as being a student teacher at her church's summer CCD classes. Olivia will be attending Belmont University. Riley Catherine Kendall. Riley spent her time volunteering at the St. Patrick's Center, cleaning, painting, and distributing food. In addition, Riley assisted with the Ursuline ARC Party, blood drive, back to school night, and incoming freshman events. She served as junior class president, student council communications officer, as well as volunteering at events through National Art Honors Society. Riley will be attending the University of Delaware. Caroline Emily Knight. Caroline devoted much of her time caring for homeless animals at the Cecil County Animal Shelter. Within the Ursuline community, she participated in many charitable events. In her senior year, Caroline was captain of 3 UA varsity sports teams, served as junior class vice president, and this year's student council vice president. She's an active member of National Art and National Honor Societies. Caroline will be attending Salisbury University. Cassidy Brooke Markle. Cassidy spent her time as a volunteer volleyball coach to aspiring athletes. She also involved herself in Special Olympics over the past 3 years, including an event called Over the Edge. Cassidy will be attending Florida Southern College. Molly Janet Matlusky. Molly spent her time volunteering to support our local community through various outreach programs, such as monthly baking for Emmanuel Dining Room and supporting struggling families during the holidays, making Christmas gifts a reality. After 13 years at Ursuline, Molly's looking forward to attending the University of Delaware. Alexandra Marie McSorley. Alex has spent the past 2 summers volunteering at AI DuPont Hospital. For the past 8 years, Alex has dedicated her time volunteering at the breast cancer event, as well as working with her local church to organize bags of clothes to donate to those in need. During her junior and senior year, she was also a part of Christiana Hospital's Young Friends program. Alex will be attending University of Delaware. Grace Jertzi Leslie Karenziza. Grace has dedicated her summers volunteering at her church's daycare called Mercyland Academy in Middletown, Delaware. During her time there, Grace served as a teacher's assistant. She's also volunteered at several events here at Ursuline Academy and will be attending Penn State University. Kylie Cecilia Knockett. Callie has spent her time volunteering at the West End Senior Living Center, where she assisted the Director of Activities in leading various events for the residents of the center. Callie has also volunteered at the Confucius Institute's Mid-Autumn Festival at the University of Delaware and served in childcare for Thrive Counseling, LLC. Callie will be attending Franklin and Marshall College. Emma Catherine Popham. Emma has spent her time volunteering at MOT Charter School, where she assisted teachers inside and outside of the classroom. Emma has also volunteered at Safety Town, as well as several Ursuline events, and led an after-school volleyball club for middle school girls. Emma will be attending Dickinson College. Leslie Michelle Ramirez. Leslie has spent many years participating and helping others at Trinity Episcopal Parish. She's part of the youth group there and has participated in a lot of volunteer work at the parish, such as packaging meals for school children. Leslie will be attending the University of Delaware. Caroline Marie Randolph. Caroline has volunteered at Ursuline's ARC Party for adults with developmental disabilities over her 4 years at Ursuline, organizing most of it her junior and senior years. Caroline has also served as a junior leader of the Kairos Retreat and as team leader her senior year. Caroline will be attending the University of Delaware. Erin McTeague Rosser. Erin has volunteered at her parish, St. Joe's on the Brandywine, for many events, including their 175th anniversary celebration. She's dedicated her time to baking once a month for the past 4 years for the Manual Dining Room. Erin was also part of a group service project which provided dog supplies to a local shelter. Erin will be attending Loyola University of Maryland. Lauren Marie Rasica. Lauren has spent her time volunteering with Forgotten Cats and events through Ursuline, such as the ARC Party and the Freshman Sleepover. She has volunteered at events through the National Honor Society as well as the National Art Honor Society. Lauren will be attending the University of Delaware. Ellen Mimi Schlecht. Ellen volunteered with St. Paul's Christian Summer Day Camp, Aldersgate United Methodist Church, March for Our Lives, Delaware Children's Theater, and other local theater companies. At Ursuline, she served on student council and as a student ambassador all 4 years. Ellen will be attending New York University Technology School of the Arts. Riley Elizabeth Shahan. Riley has volunteered with Special Olympics of Delaware and the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar. She co-founded a nonprofit organization, Change the Cycle, during her sophomore year. And Riley also served through Student Council and National Art Honor Society. Riley will be attending Towson University. Maxine Marin String. Maxine spent her summers volunteering at the Oldmans Township Enrichment Program. She's been a student ambassador for all 4 years and has volunteered at many school events. Maxine volunteered through the National Art Honor Society, organizing the Salesianum and Ursuline combined service event to benefit Emmanuel Dining Hall. Maxine will be attending the University of Jacksonville. Elizabeth Campbell Upton. Eliza volunteered with the Delaware Museum of Natural History, the Center for Creative Arts, and Camp Taqua, earning a Silver President's Volunteer Award. She also volunteered through the National Honor Society and the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Group. Eliza will be attending the University of Delaware. Kaylee Evelyn White. Kaylee spent her time volunteering at Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club and William Hicks Community Center. Additionally, she volunteered alongside Ursuline's varsity basketball team and the annual Special Olympics basketball clinic. Kaylee will be attending Washington College. Lijin Zhang. Lijin is not with us this evening as she has returned to her home in China. She was a key member of the school's recycling program and environmental initiatives. Lijin also started the Asian Awareness Club at Ursuline Academy. She will return to the U.S. and attend Johns Hopkins University. I now invite Ellen Mimi Schlecht, Senior Class President, to the stage to lead the class of 2020 with the tassel turning.
All right, I think we can do better than that. Let's give one more round of applause to the class of 2020. There we go. That's the way we do it. To the class of 2020, on behalf of the whole Ursuline community, I would like to congratulate you. At long last, today is your day. I'd like to express my gratitude to everyone who has stood beside and supported these amazing young women seated before us. Graduates, we, along with your parents, say goodbye with reluctance. See, I can't even say the word reluctance, but also with great confidence that you are ready for this world. Your parents and teachers have provided you with strong roots of an Ursuline education. Those roots will serve you well, as they already have, keeping you grounded through the winds of change and anchored securely while facing new endeavors. You have already demonstrated your goodness to our community. Everything from academic prowess to athletic ability and creativity. And, you are the class that kept the senior lounge the cleanest ever. You have impressed us. Your goodness, in fact, helped lead us through the last 3 months of school. When springtime typically sees seniors' attentions lagging a bit, your class answered a call, as you have before, to be an example and lead our school. You set a precedent for unprecedented times. You will no doubt be called to do that again. St. Angela provides wisdom at this most unusual time in our world and our country. She reminded us in Scripture that good trees produce good fruit. She said, a good tree that is a good heart, as well as a soul on fire with charity, can do nothing but good and holy works. Class of 2020, you might be small in size, but the fire we see in you is anything but. You are headed into a precarious world with new illness, social turmoil, and age-old injustices, but you do not move into it precariously. Rather, this fire, this charity you have so often demonstrated, burns through uncertainty and reveals truth. Your good and holy works set an example again. They will again, and you will face more challenges. Don't let this discourage you. Let it fuel you. I am inspired how you have already met the moment, and I am confident that you will continue to do so. Graduates, I ask you to look at the young women seated around you now. Really look at them. Always feel the strength and support of your sisterhood. And remember, your Ursuline family is always cheering you on. The class of 2020 has a collective, resilient spirit, and also a joyful one. Let us focus on that joy today. It is through your joy that your fire will spread, and in the spirit of St. Angela, build community wherever you go. Rooted in goodness, growing in charity, and ready to share the fruits of your education and passion, you are strong women ready to lead. We couldn't be prouder. May God bless you, keep you safe. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
At this time, I would like to virtually introduce the class of 2020 valedictorian Lijing Zhang, who will be attending Johns Hopkins University. Lijing is at her hometown in China and sent us a video of her valedictory speech.
Ursuline Sisters, Ursuline's Board of Trustees, Bishop Maluli, President Dr. Tricia Maduros, Principal Mr. Jeffrey Daniluk, faculty, staff, family, friends, Wilmington community members, and my classmates. Thank you again for joining the Ursuline Academy graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. It was your love, support, and guidance that enabled us to stand here today with confidence, courage, and determination to mark a memorable ending to our high school careers and begin our new journeys. Today, I would like to focus on 3 keywords. The first one is community. As the only international student in the class and the first one to spend all 4 years at Ursuline, my personal experience has been quite different. However, I've never felt unsupported through my transition into this completely new environment. When I first came, having only basic English skills taught by textbooks, I believed the response to "how are you" should always be "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" and had to learn I could actually just say "good." I was very nervous when I had to communicate with the administration independently about vaccination, tutoring, scheduling, etc. with my poor English skills, and felt sorry for all the extra work I was causing for Mrs. Zogbey and Mrs. Phillips. However, I can still distinctly recall that no matter how often I went into their offices, they always treated me with patience, and there was a message always clear in their eyes that they were willing to help at any time. I also cannot forget the support I enjoyed when every single teacher expressed understanding and spent extra time to help with my summer work, or when several classmates randomly walked up to me and said if I ever needed help, they would always be there for me. I was amazed by the commonality I witnessed in the Ursuline community, that every person I met was supportive, and there was so much unexpected kindness surrounding me when I was struggling. I was empowered to not give up and overcome all hardships that came my way. My experience would have been much more difficult without all the love and guidance I received. As the 4 years passed so quickly, I was inspired by the effort of student organizations in enhancing support and inclusiveness, and was motivated by the numerous Servian programs that promote serving the world and loving others. I was encouraged to contribute to this community. I began participating in service activities, started my own club, and helped incoming international students. It was the love and sense of unity I've been able to enjoy that urged me to pass on the spirit and play a role of more than a student who focuses on myself. Every one of us has had a unique experience over the 4 years, but we've also enjoyed many of the same ones, thinking of the love, support, and service we were treated with and were inspired to spread. We are a strong community that is open and welcoming to differences in each unique individual, because we all have one commonality, that we're all members of Ursuline. From what I've observed, I'm firmly faithful in our ability to build community wherever we go, as St. Angela would say, and keep passing on the Ursuline values of sisterhood, diversity, and serving. I believe we're ready to move on to the next stage of our lives, be representatives of the Ursuline core beliefs, and continue spreading kindness in college. The second word is foundation. As an academically rigorous school with amazing faculty, we students are well prepared to continue our pursuit of knowledge because of the foundation Ursuline has provided. I will never forget that the teachers always responded with their best effort and patience when I asked more than 10 questions within the 50 minutes of chemistry class, when I urged my math teachers to prove the formula, although we merely needed to know how to use them, and when I ended up asking organic chemistry questions in a biology class. These are examples of where characteristics I always hoped to obtain all came from, such as curiosity and inquisitiveness. I'm extremely grateful that these features have only been cultivated, never discouraged. With the contribution of all the patient and responsible teachers at Ursuline, I confirmed my interest in logical thinking and became more determined in pursuing my goal of becoming an innovative environmental engineer. We all have unique goals that we hope to achieve one day. Our intended majors cover a wide range, including nursing, business, education, engineering, etc., while some of us are open to possibilities. But no matter which path we eventually choose to go on, we're more than prepared to thrive in our own academic fields. We've learned to recover from short-term failures, to collaborate on group projects in order to achieve greater efficiency, to help others understand materials to improve together, and to ask the teachers for help when needed. We're imbued with so many crucial skills to thrive when we may not even realize that we possess them. I cannot wait to see how everyone continues her effort in college and achieves her goal in the future. We certainly have the ability to thrive with the solid foundation laid during our time at Ursuline. Every skill we've obtained will become the tool for us to cut away the thorns on our path to success and will serve as motivation for us to keep pursuing our dreams. The third word is continuity. We are lucky. We live in a relatively peaceful country, while some parts of the world are not so fortunate. We do not need to worry about losing our lives from enemy bombs flying in the air. We're largely not concerned about having a place to live, food to eat, or clothes to wear to maintain basic subsistence. Rather, we receive a good education, play sports, participate in clubs, etc. These norms are what millions of people in the world desire for their entire lifetime, but are never able to enjoy. We're the lucky ones, but why can we have such high standards of living that we're taking for granted? Because there are so many people who bear the burden for us. They can be soldiers, politicians, doctors, scientists, teachers, our parents, and so many more. Continuity must include gratefulness. We must always be thankful. We can start with thanking our family, who have sacrificed so much for us to live a happy life, while allowing us to not worry too much about the real world, who have shown their constant support when we faced obstacles and wanted to give up, who have been willing to contribute all they have, however they can, even if there's no return. Then, what's next? We become those people who establish the current peace and prosperity we are able to enjoy. We become those doctors, scientists, teachers, etc. in the future to keep contributing to the well-being of our society. We already are capable of building a strong community and already have a solid foundation for future academic success. So we're ready to move on to a bigger world and make a greater difference. A larger community needs our love and contribution than we can imagine, more than Delaware, and even more than the United States. The whole world is eager for our efforts for improvements, and so many problems, including starvation, natural disasters, diseases, and pollution, are waiting to be solved. We can spread this continuity and peace to all those who sorely deserve them. With the love and determination we've gained at Ursuline, we're all more than ready to continue our journey that will eventually lead us to fulfill our roles as global citizens and future leaders of the world. Congratulations on the completion of one of the first chapters of our lives. I cannot wait to see how monumental a difference we will be able to make in the future. Our journey will never end and is full of brightness because we have been empowered. Thank you.
At this time, Bishop Malooly will give God's blessing to our graduates.
Let me begin by congratulating our high school graduates. Graduation is a time to both look back and look forward. As you leave our Catholic high school, our hope is that we helped you in creating a vision for your future based on 5 words that describe quality Catholic education. These 5 verbs are believe, learn, serve, lead, and succeed. They are the pillars of our school and of your vision for the future. Catholic school education was a gift given to you by your first teachers, your parents. They, along with your pastors, administrators, and teachers, nurtured faith formation in your life. Daily prayer, weekly mass, the sacraments, scripture, all these elements helped you grow in your faith so that you would come to believe that God the Father loved us so much that he sent his only Son, Jesus, to suffer, die, and rise, that we might have eternal life, and that the gates of heaven would be opened for us. May you be grateful to your parents and others who have supported you in the faith, and may the vision for your future continue to keep this first pillar, to believe, foremost in college and in life. Catholic school education has taught you to learn, that is, to question, to discuss, to debate, to reason, to think. Each day, your administrators and teachers have challenged you to grow in knowledge and understanding. As you matured, your mind was stretched to assimilate and accommodate new ideas. May you be grateful to your educators who have challenged you to grow in many ways, and may the vision for your future keep this second pillar, to learn, as a lifelong goal. Catholic school education has invited you to follow the master teacher, Jesus, to serve others, in our families, our parish, and our communities. Many of you have taken this mission to heart, in school and beyond. You fed the hungry, clothed the naked, sheltered the homeless, and spent time with the lonely, lost, and forgotten. You've not only learned the corporal works of mercy, you've lived them through your school. May you be grateful to your school community, which provided opportunities to serve others. And may the vision for your future continue to keep this third pillar, to serve, as your mission in life. Catholic school education has called you to lead. You have been nurtured in faith, grown in knowledge, and served the least among us so that you would go forth to make the world a better place for all. The world needs you to be committed, focused, and an articulate leader. May you be grateful to parish and school leaders who have modeled for you who Catholic leaders are and what they do. And may the vision for your future include this fourth pillar, to lead, as an important responsibility in your life. Lastly, Catholic education has made you successful in many ways, and we are here today to acknowledge your success. May you be grateful to all who have helped you achieve success, and may the vision for your future include this fifth pillar, to succeed, always remembering that true success is measured by who you are, your character. If you leave this high school today resolved to believe, learn, serve, lead, and succeed in your future, then we truly have reason to celebrate this occasion and your years ahead. I thank your parents, administrators, and teachers who have sacrificed to give you the gift of Catholic education. I thank you for what you have given to our high school. I shall pray for you and ask that you pray for me. And now let us ask the Lord to bless you on your way. May the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon you and remain with you now and forever. Amen. I want to congratulate the class of 2020 of Ursuline Academy, the Raiders. I especially want to single out Dr. Tricia Medeiros, the president, Jeffrey Danilak, who is the high school principal, and also give a shout out to Mrs. Ann Phillips, who is the middle school principal, but covered the high school for 1 year of this graduating class. There are a number of students who have been very good to me over the years. Mia Albee from Holy Family always serves Mass when I go to Ursuline Academy. There are 3 girls who I confirmed in 8th grade who always go out of their way to talk to me when I arrive: Corinne Fury, Lauren Cool, and Maggie Boyd. I also want to acknowledge the spirit that is so much a part of Ursuline Academy and wish all of you graduates well in your future.
And this concludes the 126th commencement of Ursuline Academy. Congratulations again.